Beneath the ocean's surface, vast highways of moving water shape marine life in extraordinary ways. These ocean currents transport nutrients, regulate temperatures, and create habitats that sustain countless species. From warm tropical flows to cold, nutrient-rich upwellings, these currents are the unseen forces that drive underwater ecosystems and global biodiversity. Let's dive into 7 of the world's most critical ocean currents and explore how they shape life beneath the waves. The Gulf Stream is one of the most well-known ocean currents, a warm and powerful flow that begins in the Gulf of Mexico and travels up the eastern coast of North America before crossing the Atlantic Ocean toward Europe. It's more than just a river of water in the ocean. It's a life-sustaining conveyor belt that drives biodiversity, regulates climate, and connects marine ecosystems across vast distances. Its warm waters provide crucial habitats for species like loggerhead sea turtles, which ride the current as hatchlings, finding food and shelter in floating sargassum seaweed. Iconic fish such as blue marlin and yellowfin tuna thrive here, hunting schools of smaller fish, while dolphins and whales use the current as a fertile feeding ground. The Gulf Stream also supports coral reefs and seagrass beds along the US East Coast, nurturing species like parrotfish and spiny lobsters. Its interaction with colder currents creates productive fishing grounds further north, benefiting both marine life and human communities. In the Indian Ocean, the Agulhas Current, flowing along the eastern coast of Africa, is one of the fastest and warmest ocean currents in the world. This powerful flow carries warm tropical waters southward, creating a dynamic marine ecosystem teeming with life. Nutrients brought to the surface by eddies and upwellings fuel plankton blooms, which sustain a diverse food web. Iconic species such as whale sharks, manta rays, and migratory humpback whales thrive in these waters, drawn by the abundance of fish and krill. The current also acts as a nursery for juvenile marine life. Fish larvae, sea turtles, and other young marine species hitch a ride on its warm waters, dispersing to new habitats. Along its path, coral reefs and seagrass beds benefit from its flow, supporting vibrant ecosystems filled with clownfish, parrotfish, and countless invertebrates. Moving to the Pacific, the Humboldt Current, also known as the Peru Current, flows along the western coast of South America, delivering nutrient-rich cold water from the depths of the ocean to the surface. This upwelling fuels one of the most productive marine ecosystems on Earth, supporting vast schools of anchovies, which form the foundation of the food web. These fish sustain a rich array of predators, including seabirds like Peruvian boobies, cormorants, and the majestic Andean condor that hunts along coastal cliffs. Marine mammals also thrive here. Sea lions, fur seals, and the agile dusky dolphin depend on the abundance of fish, while the Humboldt penguin, a species uniquely adapted to this cold environment, nests along the rocky shores. The current's ecological productivity not only supports wildlife, but also sustains some of the world's largest fisheries. The California Current, flowing along the western coast of North America, is another nutrient-rich cold current that drives one of the world's most productive marine ecosystems. Its upwellings support thriving kelp forests, home to species like sea otters, Garibaldi fish, and giant kelp crabs. These underwater forests serve as critical habitats and nurseries for countless marine creatures, creating a rich and vibrant ecosystem. Offshore, the current sustains larger marine life, including migratory gray whales, which travel its length during their seasonal journeys, and seabirds like the black-footed albatross, which soar over its waters in search of squid and fish. The California Current's role in sustaining biodiversity, from small fish to apex predators, highlights its importance as a cold water refuge for life along the Pacific coast. In the Arctic, the East Greenland Current, flowing southward from the Arctic Ocean, is a cold water powerhouse that sustains life in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Its frigid, oxygen-rich waters support plankton blooms, forming the foundation of the Arctic food web. These blooms attract fish like Arctic cod, which in turn feed larger species such as narwhals, beluga whales, and seabirds like the little auk. Along the icy edges of the current, polar bears hunt for seals, while the waters provide critical habitat for migratory species, including the bowhead whale. the East Greenland Current's role in sustaining Arctic biodiversity and regulating global ocean circulation underscores its importance as a lifeline in the planet's northernmost ecosystems. The Kuroshio Current, also known as the Black Stream, flows off the coast of Japan carrying warm tropical waters into the temperate Pacific. This powerful current creates ideal conditions for an abundance of marine life. Coral reefs along its path flourish, hosting vibrant species like clownfish, butterfly fish, and giant clams, while migratory species such as yellowfin tuna and flying fish rely on its nutrient-rich waters for food and breeding grounds. The current also supports larger marine life, including sea turtles, which use its flow to travel vast distances, and seabirds like shearwaters, which soar above its waters hunting for fish and krill. As one of the major currents in the Pacific, the Kuroshio connects ecosystems across regions, fostering biodiversity and supporting life from coral reefs to open ocean habitats. Finally, the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, circling the southernmost continent, is the largest and strongest ocean current on Earth. This mighty flow connects the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans, distributing cold, nutrient-rich waters that sustain life far beyond the Southern Ocean. It is a lifeline for krill, tiny crustaceans that form the base of a food web supporting species like blue whales, emperor penguins, and Weddell seals. Along its path, the current's mixing of waters drives plankton blooms, attracting fish and squid that feed larger predators such as albatrosses and petrels, which soar above the waves. As a connector of oceans and ecosystems, the Antarctic Circumpolar Current is vital for the health of marine life across the planet. If you're inspired by the incredible power of ocean currents and the life they sustain, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories about the hidden forces that shape our natural world.